Supreme Rising. You already know the vibes, and I am Naga. Naga Wise. Oh, shit. My boogers in my nose. You want a booger for sale? Booger for sale. Booger for sale. Booger for sale. I ain't never played that game when y'all was young. Booger for sale. You got boogers for sale? That shit don't want to go nowhere. Get the hell off me. Nasty shit. Supreme Rising, yo, you already know the vibes. Early in the morning, feeling good. Sun coming up. My son and my grandson came over this weekend. You already know the vibes. So I wanted to drop a little jewel real quick. Yo, I've been doing an experiment with a watermelon, right? And you know, all natural food, seeds, whatever that can grow wild, you know what I'm saying? They don't need no cultivation. You could just drop the seed somewhere and it'll grow. So I got a patch of watermelon over there that I'm growing, struggling. Nah, I ain't struggling, they growing. But I put one over here by itself, you know what I'm saying? Just give it water, that's it. No nutrients, no tuning of the soil, no none of that. Just give it water, right? You know what I'm saying? And put like a few stones around it. I could show you real quick. Let me show you. See? By itself. So see, it hasn't grown at all. That thing been out there like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Almost 100 days. It might have been 100 days it's been out there and it ain't grow at all. My point for saying that is the food that we eating and digesting, you know what I'm saying? It may taste good. It may have some of the traces of the original essence. This is why we attracted to it. Everything of a value has traces of the original essence. That's why we attracted to it. Whether it be knowledge, whether it be food, whether it be contentments, whether it be the value of the source energy or spirituality, whether it be the reason or our direction of where we're going in life, the ending, all these things are carbon copies of what it's supposed to be. It's a fact. Yeah, watermelon tastes good. It got a lot of nutrients, but it's not the original watermelon because it can't stand alone by itself. It won't produce by itself in its own atmosphere. So if you plant a watermelon without tilling the ground, none of that, it's not going to grow right. It's not going to grow. You see, it got to one size and stayed there. So I'm wondering if it's even going to produce a flower or a fruit. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks to the value. Now, in different conditions, I guess if it's carried by animals in their rectum and they get to maybe a watery area, like where it's mud and stuff like that, and the seeds can get dropped by the edge of the water where it's real muddy, it probably will cultivate there because it's softer and it's a lot of water there, and it gives it the opportunity to vine and run. So that's another theory in my mind. So automatically, if on surface or higher ground or normal ground, it can't be produced without having the ground tilled or processed in its right way, then what is that state to the value? Most of the things that we deal with is in that understanding. This is why we got to put some level of cultivation to things, right? So it just makes me think like, and then I seen some information and it was like the yellow watermelon is the original watermelon, right? Well, that's a yellow watermelon planet right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not growing the way it's supposed to. But my other ones, they grew. And they sweet, they taste good, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and they came out golden, not yellow. And they was like a golden, beautiful golden color. You know what I'm saying? Like almost orange. So that was dope. And just to know that I don't know, I do little experiments like that for myself and my own mentality just to see how the connection to a value has to be solidified through certain information. Because I hear everybody talking about watermelon, watermelon, watermelon. Watermelon is the greatest thing in the world. And I'm like, nah, watermelon got sugar and water in it. It's good and they got mad nutrients, but there's a lot of things they got there. And the best fruit is the electrical food that grows by itself that can still contain a lot of water and a lot of sugar. Most of those foods, they come from like the islands or the tropical areas or like the equator. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get some of that up here, but then they start trying to reproduce the value so they don't got to travel so much to go get it. So then I got to beg to differ. I wonder if watermelons will grow natural in the tropics. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of warmth, there's a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? So what would that be like? Would it grow natural without cultivation? These are just little things I be thinking, because within the retrospect of other things that we deal with, it won't happen without cultivation. But divine is natural. So if divine is natural and everything else happens without cultivation, what's the problem? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, while we got to cultivate so many things to bring it to fruition, it's almost like, have we been lied to about these processes that we deal with as far as everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything. God knows everything. Shout out to Nana, shout out to Nana Kawabi. You know what I'm saying? God knows everything. So if divine already set it in motion to be natural and to come with a natural connection, why are we trying so hard to do things that's not natural? Non-natural. 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 Why you trying to do non-natural stuff? You already know the vibes, man. Supreme rising. Supreme rising. Divine essence. Supreme rising, divine essence. I love you. Ain't nobody tell you today, Naga, love you. I love to see the divine essence. Look at that shine. It's beautiful, right? All day. So I'm just saying to you, it's just things to think about. Like, we so willing to jump on stuff and claim everything. We be claiming non-natural stuff like a mother. And at the end of the day, it was all given. You got to learn to discern. And discernment is going to help you separate between what's really given and what's really yours. You know what I mean? Not for nothing, just because I love it don't mean it's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got to be kind of just observant and experimental to the value. Not even experimental, just experience the value in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just check that out real quick. You know what I'm saying? See what that's about. You dig me? So I think if we stop taking on all these burdens as a culture, that we this, we that, we this, we that, we can find our way back to what's really for you. Because if you move innately and stop having contracts, then you will be in that unconditional love energy, because you won't be putting out no contracts, right? And I ain't trying to hold you, just trying to show you something, man. Just something to think about. Stop being controlled and start getting back to your natural essence of things. You dig what I'm saying? It's Naga right here. Huh?